Hello, my name is Hiten Bhatt. I'm the author of the Leadership Adventure, the 5 Powerful Secrets Every Leader Should Know. And in this video, I would like to speak to you about developing true confidence. You know, sometimes when we think about the word confidence, or we think about somebody that is confident, we see that somebody that is walking a certain way, talking a certain way, acting very extroverted, and we think, wow, they are so confident, they must have been born confident. Well, I'm here to tell you that confidence is a skill. It's something that we can all develop. It doesn't mean, you're either born with confidence or just not born with confidence. It is a skill that we can all develop. I should know because I've spent my life, some part of my life, being not very confident. At school, I was very shy. I was very introverted. I was also bullied at school as a result of being shy and introverted. And now I actually have developed the confidence to speak in front of large audiences and teach other people how they can develop the skill of confidence. And in this video, I would like to share with you 3 ideas I think that can begin your journey to develop deep-rooted confidence. So the first idea I'd like to share with you is the importance of developing trust with ourselves. Developing trust with ourselves. If we actually look at the word confidence, confidence is the word itself is derived from the Latin Fidere, which means to trust. Do you trust yourself? So this idea of trust is integral to developing our confidence, because when we trust ourselves, it is a powerful tool for us to really show up in the world with confidence, with high self-esteem, high self-worth. There are things that we can do which erode our trust in ourselves. For example, if you say to yourself, right, I am going to exercise, or I am going to eat healthy, or I'm going to do some work, or I want to do whatever it may be, and you don't go ahead and do those things, what happens is you actually erode trust with yourself. You stop believing in yourself, right? Because there's a part of your brain that says, oh, okay, I said I would do so and so. I said I would go and do some exercise, but I didn't do it. You've eroded a little bit of self-esteem, a little bit of your confidence. And when you keep the commitments to yourself, when you actually promise yourself that, okay, I'm going to go and exercise, I'm going to go and train, I'm going to go and do that piece of work, and you keep that commitment, there's a part of your brain that actually rewards you, that actually gives you a little bit of a dopamine hit to say, oh, okay, well done. You said you were going to do something and you went ahead and you did it. It builds trust with yourself. And that is a massive foundational piece of building confidence. And the secret here is not to promise yourself big things that you actually end up not fulfilling. If you say to yourself, right, I'm going to exercise so much, or I'm going to do this so much work, or I'm going to do something that's overstretching yourself, and you've made a massive commitment and you're going to inevitably fail at. But to start with little small commitments to yourself, right? Make them tiny little promises, and then you go ahead and you fulfill that promise, that particular thing that you said you were going to do. It's going to build trust with yourself. Think of it like a computer game. In a computer game, you're building that, on an energy bar, you're actually gaining points or gaining energy because, you're doing the right things. And if you do the wrong things, your energy actually sort of gets depleted and your energy bar goes down, right? So it's kind of like you're building that trust, you're building that commitment with yourself. Every time you make a commitment, you make a promise, and you go ahead and you fulfill it. And the reverse of that is also true. You erode your self-esteem, you erode your trust in yourself when you say you're going to do something and you don't go ahead and do it. So the secret to this is make commitments to yourself, and importantly, start small. The second idea I'd like to share with you about developing deep-rooted confidence is the importance of valuing your uniqueness. Value your uniqueness. You know, we live in a world of comparison. Unfortunately, whether it's through social media or through looking at the highlight reels of somebody else's life, you and all of us sometimes can find ourselves in the trap of comparing ourselves to others, saying, oh, you know, they've got the perfect body, they've got the perfect lifestyle, look at them, they're enjoying their life, and look at me, I'm, you know, not good enough, I'm not like them, I can't compare, I can't compare to them, I can't keep up with them. But here's the thing, it's such a foolish thing to compare ourselves to other people, because we don't know the truth about the real truth about what they're going through in their life. You know, on social media, you only see the highlight reels of somebody's life. You don't know the real truth of their life. The other reason why it's quite foolish to compare yourself to other people is because, well, everybody in life has different starting points. It's not a level playing field. Not everybody starts off, with the same circumstances, where you're born, who your parents are, your unique abilities, your unique things that are blessings for you and the things that are perhaps challenges for you. It's all so different. And the idea here is to understand and to value the fact that you are unique. You are unique to the point where amongst 8 billion people in the world, there is only one you. There's never ever been a person exactly like you, and there never ever will be a person like you. You are immeasurably precious and immeasurably unique, and it's about valuing that uniqueness. Here's the question: what are your unique gifts? What are your unique talents? What are you gifted at, talented at? What are you good at? And sometimes when I ask this question in my workshops and in my trainings, I have people that are sort of scratching their head thinking, oh, I'm not good at anything. Oh, I'm not really good at anything. But yes, you are. You've just got to find the thing that is the unique aspect of yourself. Maybe you're a really good listener to your friends, really good at giving advice. Maybe you're very creative. Maybe there is something definitely there that is unique to you, and you've got to tap into that and value that. Not compare yourself to anybody else out there in the world. So find what you are uniquely gifted, great at, good at, and value that. And don't compare yourself to anybody else in the world, because it's a foolish thing to do, because we all have different starting points in life, and it's about honoring your own unique gifts. The final idea I'd like to share with you about developing deep-rooted confidence is the importance of developing positive self-talk. Positive self-talk. You know, one of the most important relationships you have is the relationship you have with yourself. That means many different things, but specifically, I want to speak about how we speak to ourselves, our self-talk. You know, we all have a voice in our head. We all talk to ourselves. It's not just you going crazy, it's all of us. We all have a voice in our head that tells us we're not good enough. We are, terrible people. The voice in our head can be very, very distracting, disturbing, not helpful at all, and can actually make us feel terrible about ourselves, can actually lower our self-esteem, our confidence. And we've got to really change the way that we speak to ourselves. I mean, this is a massive, massive area, but our words are powerful. Our words are very, very powerful. And I want to sort of give you in this video some affirmations, some positive self-talk ideas that you can begin to sort of perhaps start to say to yourself and begin that journey to develop more positive self-talk. Now, in the beginning, when I say these things to you, you're going to say, oh, okay, you might feel like that's corny, I don't really want to say that, or I don't really believe that about myself. But words are powerful. It's almost like a muscle. The more positively you actually start to train your mind and think in that positive way, the stronger your confidence and self-esteem becomes, right? Just like training a muscle, when you train it in the beginning, you've got to sort of, lift those weights, and then your muscle breaks down and it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. In the same way, with our self-talk, becoming aware of our negative self-talk is step one. And then it's actually about replacing that negative self-talk with positive affirmation. So let's try it, okay? Here's number one. I'm going to give you an affirmation, and I would like you to actually repeat this, or to, if you're not feel comfortable repeating it out loud, say it to yourself in your mind. And you may not believe it. You may not actually believe it when you hear it, but I want you to go ahead and do it anyway, because the practice will start developing that muscle of positive self-talk, okay? So here's affirmation number one. I am a unique individual and I have unique gifts. I am a unique individual and I have unique gifts. Say it. Okay. Affirmation number two. I am a human being. I accept my imperfections and I love myself. I am a human being. I accept my imperfections and I love myself. Go ahead. Say it or think it. And affirmation number three. Here it is. I can do anything I put my mind to. I can do anything I put my mind to. Say it. Say it to yourself. Think it. Now, you don't have to use the exact words, right? I've just given you those ideas and those affirmations. You don't have to use my exact words. You can make a version of these affirmations for yourself, these positive self-talk affirmations. And as I said, you might feel that imposter syndrome. You might feel, I'm saying these things, but I don't really believe them. You may feel incongruent with the words that you're speaking, but I would like you to try to say them anyway, or to think them anyway, because it's a muscle. As you practice this, as you start to affirm yourself, you become aware of your negative self-talk and start to replace that with positive self-talk. It really does start to build that deep-rooted sense of confidence. So in this video, the ideas that I've given you are three ideas, just to summarize. One is the promises that you keep to yourself, the commitments that you keep to yourself. Keep them, because they're almost like you're actually building trust with yourself. Remember the Latin word fidere, the root of confidence comes from that Latin word fidere, trust. So you're building that trust, that self-esteem. You're somebody, your mind tells you you're somebody that actually keeps commitments to yourself. You trust yourself, you like yourself more and more. You don't erode that self-esteem. So building that trust with yourself by keeping your commitments. Number two, the second idea is to understand, to get out of the comparison trap. We all have different starting points. We all have a different body. We all have a different family background. We all have so many different circumstances. But within all of that is to find your own uniqueness. Out of 8 billion people in the world, there is nobody like you, and there never will be. But find your own unique value and start to honor that. And the way that you can start to honor that is your self-talk, the way in which you speak to yourself. And I've given you 3 affirmations that you can adapt, and there's many, many more. But that self-talk, to say those positive words, to write those positive words, to think those positive words, are all ways of starting to build deep-rooted confidence. This is a massive area, and I'm going to make other videos about other areas of building self-esteem and confidence. But the most important idea that I'd like to end with in this video is one of the most important relationships you have is the relationship you have with yourself. So be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.